Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So guys, in today's video, we are going to study about the population growth. But before we do that, I have an announcement for you, a very interesting announcement. So basically, I'm starting an online live course, a crash course or a revision course, you can say that, for the entire preparation of yours of boards. So basically, it will be a 60 days crash course and we will cover the entire biology syllabus, which is as per the new guideline, as per the new CBSE guideline. And what you're going to get in this 60 days crash course. So basically, going to get live classes, and you need not worry even if you miss some of the classes because you are going to get the recordings of the class as well. Then you are going to get the chapter wise class notes that I'll be teaching, and you'll get five. So we have 5 units, right? We have 5 units in class 12. So you are going to get 5 unit wise tests. And then once we are done with the entire syllabus, I'm going to give you 2 full-length tests as well with proper evaluation. And guys, these tests are going to be on the exact pattern of your board exam. And if you need assistance regarding the NCERT, you will get the detailed NCERT solutions as well. Guys, this batch is starting from March 5th. And the most important thing is that if you are going to enroll by 28th of Feb, you are going to get 50% discount on this course. The entire course fees is 4,000, but yes, you're going to get the entire course in just 2,000 rupees. So guys, if you want to enroll, please DM us on my Insta page, which is One Stop Biology, or you can just drop in a WhatsApp message on 6364321414. Okay, thanks guys. So let's start off with the topic. So guys, we are going to deal with the topic of population growth, right? Now, basically, what it means is that, the size of a population is never static. It keeps on changing with time. It can decrease and it can increase. So, depending upon various factors like food availability, predation pressure, adverse weather, it keeps on changing, right? Now, whatever might be the reason, the density of a population in a given habitat that changes in 4 basic processes. Okay, now the first process is what? The first process is natality, right? So this means the number of births. Remember, guys, the number of birth during a given period of time, right? So basically, it is added to the initial density. The second one is mortality. It's just opposite to natality. So this is mortality is basically the number of deaths. Natality is the number of births. Mortality is the number of deaths. Now the third one is immigration. So the population of a country or of a region doesn't just changes with birth or death rates. It also changes when people from different areas shift to that particular area, right? So immigration is exactly the number of individuals of same species that have come into the habitat from somewhere else, right? So during the period that we are considering the population of that area, there are certain number of individuals who would have migrated from somewhere else to that particular habitat. So those people will also be counted under the population, right? And the fourth one is emigration. Now think about people moving to a different place from a different place. Now, if we think about, so say a person is moving from a place A to B, right? So if he's moving from A to B, here the population is increasing. What about this place? Now, this place, the population is decreasing, right? So, emigration. Emigration means the number of individuals of a population who left a habitat and they went to somewhere else, right? So, population density is addition of natality and immigration, right? Or say if we denote, we basically do what? We denote population density by N. So, this is natality plus immigration, which is I. and then minus mortality, right, which is D, and minus emigration. So people leaving or people who died. And we'll add people who are born and people who have migrated to that place, right? So basically, if the population density at a time t, say at a time t, right? Then how we calculate the density at a time t plus 1? So n t plus 1, population density at t plus 1 will be population density at t plus the birth rate and the immigration minus the mortality and immigrate emigration, right? Now what are, let's see, what are the growth models, what are the population growth models which are made, right? So basically there are different populations in nature and there are different population growth models, right? So at a time, this means at a time the population can increase or decrease in various ways. So the first one is exponential growth. Now, say if in a habitat the resources which are available is unlimited, the entire resources are unlimited, then what happens? Each species has the ability to fully grow to the number, right? So they realize that they have the full potential to grow in number, and the population grows in an exponential rate, or we say in a geometrical rate, right? In this case, guys, if the population size is n, birth rate is b, and death rate is d, then the increase or decrease in n, right, during a period, say p time period t, it will be birth rate minus death rate into the population size from before. Now, let's say the birth rate minus death rate is represented by R. Then the population is Rn N. Now here R is basically the intrinsic rate. Remember, R is the intrinsic rate of natural increase, right? Now this above equation describes the potential or geometric growth pattern, right? Now it is represented by a J-shaped curve, okay? And the exponential growth equation is written as at a time t, population density at a time t is population density at 0 and to the base of log the intrinsic rate and the time, right? So if you even see the curve here, the first one where the response is not limiting, the growth plot is exponential. So this one, this you can see it is growing to the maximum potential, right? It is a J-shaped curve. This is exponential, right? And if responses are limiting the growth, then it is logistics. So this, the S-shaped curve, is the slowly growing population. Now, what is logistic growth? We'll see that as well. Okay. So, logistic growth. In logistic growth, what is happening? That there is no population who has unlimited resources. The resources are limited, right? Now, this leads to competition between individuals for limited resources, and the fittest individual survives and they reproduce. So, here, because of limited resources, the population growth is limited and it is followed. Initially, there is a lag phase, then it accelerates, and then it again slows down, and finally, it becomes a stagnant phase, right? So this is what we saw here, that there is a lag initially, then suddenly it is accelerating, then all of a sudden starts decreasing, and then there is a stagnancy, right? Then there is a stagnancy in the growth. Now, if you have to see the equation, you'll have basically the plot that you saw, right? That is also known as Verlust-Pearl logical growth. You might get this, this entire name as a question. So this is Verlust Pearl logistic growth. And the equation that describes it is the population at time t. R is intrinsic rate and K here is the carrying capacity. So here comes the equation of carrying capacity. So since the resources are limited, the carrying capacity will come into picture, right? And guys, because of this limiting factor, as per the logistic growth model or as per the logistic growth, curve that you saw, there are a lot of governments in different countries who have used this, right, to limit human population growth. So in various countries, including India, the human population growth is has been exponential. Now, to limit this because the habitat, right, the resources that we have is not unlimited always, right? And this limit is basically the carrying capacity for that species in that habitat. So, even as humans, we have a lot of limits. We have carrying capacity. Right. So basically, since these resources for growth for most animal populations are finite and they become limiting sooner or later, the logistic growth model, remember guys, the logistic growth model is considered as the more realistic one. The logistic growth model is realistic one. Why? Because the exponential model says that the resources we need is unlimited. But the resources that we actually need always gets exhausted. It is not unlimited, right? So basically, if there is any exponential growth, right, in say in any country, say if we'll take an example of India. If we say that in India there is an exponential growth of yani, right? Then that means that the resources that we are exploiting it very badly, and that should not be the case, right? So there should be a check and balance between the resources that we have and the kind of usage that we have, right? There should be a balance between the resources and the population density of a region. So, guys, with this, we have finished population growth as well. In the next video, we are going to cover the interactions between the populations, right? So, I hope you would have understood this video. If yes, please do like it and share it with all your friends. And, guys, if you have any doubt in this video, please do not hesitate in asking your questions. You can either just drop down the questions in comments of the video, or you can message me on WhatsApp and ask your questions. And guys, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the updated videos that I'll be posting. Thanks guys, take care, see you in the next video, bye bye.